What's going on, all you wild Targaryens out there? Your two favorite knights of the realm are back tonight, and we're here to review the second season premiere of George R. R. Martin's The House of the Dragon.
War is coming, and neither of us may win.
I never wanted to be Lord Commander.
You sound
Easy,
just like Damon.
easy there, Jon Snow. That's right. These two wild dragon enthusiasts are back, talking more House of the Dragon, season two, episode one just dropped on Sunday, so we were back to share our thoughts. Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, season one. We watched. We're fans of this. It's going to be interesting coming back into this world after some time and trying to get reacclimated to the whole vibe and the cast here and what they're going for.
Yeah, the first season had a big shoes to fill with the original series, the first spinoff to come to HBO. So they had to deliver and, bring new people on board too, bring new fans and the old fans and get everybody on board. And they had to do that with a great story, obviously taken from the works of George R. R. Martin and having that same production value, the score, the costumes, they needed all that to be top notch. And again, here in the second season premiere, you see all the budget on the screen, just breathtaking visuals, amazing cinematography, the score, the wardrobe, the costumes, everything. They leave no expense spared here on the show. It looks great, it sounds great, and it continues right off of that season one finale where we saw Rhaenyra's child killed, and we know who the culprit is, and she is off and mourning the death of her child. And this, first episode is establishing that she's mourning right now, and then we have the lady in green there, played by Olivia Cook, and they used to be friends, but now they're not friends anymore. And, in true twisted Game of Thrones fashion, there's a lot of double crossing here, a lot of, plots and schemes going on behind the scenes. And we're thrust right back into this world of the dragons.
Yeah, you're talking about Alicent Hightower. Olivia Cook, huge fan of hers. Bates Motel, I always talk about that show. I miss it. It was so good. And seeing Olivia Cook really kind of blow up since that show. She's been in a lot of movies and obviously House of the Dragon, but she's playing Alicent, and her and Rhaenyra are really good friends when they're younger. Fast forward to the future when they're older. Alicent's the stepmother, and Rhaenyra's the stepdaughter, which is weird. They're friends,
Yeah.
the age difference as well. But of course, Alicent is the mother of the new king, which is Aegon, which is more or less like the new Joffrey. It feels like the king that you really can't stand. He's evil, he's up to no good, and the first episode you kind of get a glimpse of that, and he's kind of an idiot at the same time.
Yeah, he's a young idiot, much like Joffrey. He's going to do some stupid things and it's going to end badly for him. He's not going to stay in power. I can predict that already. But yeah, we see that whole side of the story here. And, we're dealing with, Damon is back. Matt Smith. Love this actor. He's my favorite character on the show.
Yes.
He's just, so evil and so thirsty for vengeance in this. And really, he's, the Rhaenyra's, right hand man here and somebody that's going to go after the blood and get revenge, eye for an eye here. And that's very much what this first episode's about. It's about getting revenge. So Damon's big scheme here is to go after Alicent and hit that family hard and take out Aemond. At least that's what's planned here. And he comes together and comes up with this whole scheme how they're gonna basically kill that child in retribution for what happened at the end of season one, and it leads to the same bloody finale that we're used to for all the Game of Thrones seasons. It always ends up in a bloodbath. It's never a happy ending. It's always a big cliffhanger. And this first episode ends with the bang and ends with a brutal actual scene here, and we're not going to spoil anything, but yeah, it's really brutal and turned me off a little bit. Not going to lie to you guys.
A son for a son. It sets up
Exactly.
final part of the episode, which is crazy. Without spoiling too much, but yeah, this is just a really great return. It's been a while, so I was trying to remember everything that happened, and it's a nice little recap in the beginning, and it's really nice to be thrust back into this world again. George R. R. Martin created, and these characters, and first episode was definitely entertaining. I had a great time. Set pieces, all the visuals look beautiful, costume design. I thought all the acting was incredible across the board. Matt Smith always being my favorite. Huge fan of his. The Crown, as of late, he's still my favorite Doctor Who. He's been in a bunch of stuff, but he's always a really good villain. He's always looking down the forehead, you know, intimidating. And he's out for blood in this first episode and scheming and up to no good, and he's doing it for the sake of the family. We're going to war here. The two ladies behind me, families against families, and really going back to what was great about Game of Thrones, right? The wars and the bloodshed. So really going to be diving into that this season. Really impressive first episode. I was, went in with low expectations. I had a good time with it. I was entertained the entire time and really looking forward to Sundays again and HBO Max, new episodes dropping. Of course, me and this guy will be back to review the entire season. But the first episode had a great time with. Highly recommend it. Check it out. House of Dragon season 2, episode 1. We'll give it a 4 out of 5 Alicent Hightower hairpieces.
We also forgot to mention that another Stark is introduced, Cregan Stark, who
Yeah,
promises some forces to Rhaenyra. So eventually, his character is going to come back into play here. So we're going to get some Starks back in this world too, which is pretty cool. And to see how they're related to the Starks that we know from the Game of Thrones and all that mythology. I love the mythology and learning more about these families and this dynasty, really that goes on hundreds of years here. And this world that George R. R. Martin has built here, it's pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie and say that I understand and get all the details throughout every episode, but I like how they build the mythology, and then usually by the end of the season, I'm finally able to put all the pieces together, know who's who. But I like how these episodes always keep you guessing, like, they'll have a conversation with one person and they'll be talking about double crossing this person, and then it always ends up coming back around by the end, and you are able to put the pieces together. Great writing, great wardrobe. The dragons look amazing. I mean, the CGI just keeps getting better. They look more realistic and amazing. So more of that. The intro, it's a new intro and opening credits. We have the same music, but it's a cool little kind of like a quilt being made on there, which was pretty cool. So watch out for that introduction and the opening credits there. A newly made one and was really cool. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of this season to see how it plays out. To see how these two ladies are going to be button heads here. And, once all the truth is found out too, I wonder how that's going to affect, the both of them and when they're going to come in face to face with each other and have to find out what each of them has done now, especially after what happens at the end of this episode. So overall, another great season premiere here. We're on the second season. This season's going to be a little shorter. I believe this one's going to be 8 episodes. So we got 7 more to go. And like you mentioned, it's always awesome appointment television, HBO Sunday nights. You're going to sit down and get your popcorn ready and watch another new episode of House of the Dragon. So, with that being said, I'm going to give episode 1 of season 2 of the House of the Dragon. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 Daemon Targaryen hair pieces.
forgot to bring up too a familiar territory in the beginning of the episode, the first part going back to a familiar place with the introduction of that Stark character. Not giving too much away. It was exciting, and I'm like, are they going to dive into some more of this? But we're interested in hearing from all you wild Targaryen enthusiasts out there. What did you like about House of the Dragon season 2, episode 1? What didn't you like about it? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to stay subscribe. Also, check out these wild uncles on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV movie news and reviews.
So we'll see you all in 7 weeks' time when we're talking about the entire season 2 of House of the Dragon. So until then, stay safe out there beyond the wall. Until the next Cinephellas TV review, I'm Uncle Henry Hill.
And I'm Uncle Logan Hightower, signing out till the next TV review. Cheers!
Cheers!